Welcome back. After weeks of framing, lifting, bracing, and battling weather, this is it, the final piece of the puzzle. Today, the ICF Castle gets its crown. We're sheathing the last sections of the roof and finally building out the top of the tower, the highest point on the property, and honestly, one of the trickiest parts of the whole structure. If you've been following this series from the start, you know this roof has been no small task. We didn't use trusses. Everything you see here is stick framed. Every cut, every angle, hand built on site. These slopes tie into each other from all directions. Multiple pitches, valleys, hips, and curves that meet up right at the turret. There's no margin for error here. If you're off even a half inch down low, it'll haunt you when you reach the top. With the sheathing going down, everything stiffens up. You can really feel the structure locked together. All those beams, rafters, and ridges finally working as one. And of course, because it's us, the weather decided to throw in a few gusts just to keep things interesting. Nothing like standing on a roof deck with a full sheet of plywood acting like a sail. Yeah, not exactly OSHA's favorite moment, but we got it handled. Once the last piece of sheathing is nailed in place, we will get to see it. The complete roof line of the ICF Castle. Every tower, every ridge, every little piece perfectly tied together. This roof has been a marathon. Tons of geometry, heavy lifting, and long days. But the craftsmanship that went into it is something I'm proud of. This isn't prefab. It's real deal carpentry, the kind that lasts generations. It's been a wild ride getting here, from setting the ICF walls to steel beams, floors, and now this, the roof. And believe me, the best is still to come. If you've been following along, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned, because this castle's just getting started.
Part of me just wants to leave it open like this. But yeah, that'd be even more ridiculous than it already is. But yeah, it's all coming together. They sheathing. They hate me right now because it's all 3/4. It's made locally, so it's even better price than normal. They put me an LVL up there, going across. And then to the ceiling for the bath and all that is, see, like this. It's still tall ceiling. Not quite as ridiculous as what it was. And that's the water closet. We did put a wall back there because we're bringing the pipes in the back and give us some space. There's a urinal in the corner and then the regular toilet and plenty of room for other whatever. Yeah, so that LVO is also going to double as support for where the roof comes in over there, which is nice. A little bit of added insurance. So it'll just continue across here. And then we're going to do a roof inside this one, just like the bathroom. So that's going to be great. We figured out the closet. We'll show you that when they frame it up. It's getting a cool ceiling in it. They've been sheathing all that. Yep, so they're building the floor all through here. We just talked about that. And we're putting sheathing on all of it too, which is, you know, thankfully we didn't build a second floor, right? Save that money. But yeah, I just want to go ahead and put sheathing down on all that. That's all usable space. Let's look outside. Take a look at that. Raymond's up there. At that sheath, they're tightening that up. Curved area. Back out here for another beautiful day. What's up?
Right.
Everybody's here today. I mean, it's gonna be like 20 people. If the tile guys show up. Are they the only ones on here yet? What do you think? There you go. So that's the roof, or not the roof. That's the ceiling of the bedroom. So see, we brought that down a little bit, and then these will come this way. Same thing in there. We went ahead and drilled all the holes for our Simpson bolts. I've got to get like 6 more. They went ahead and drilled all the holes and put the bolts in that we did have, which will be fine. I'll get all that in before we add more weight to it, sheet everything. Wow, look at that. Closed in. Might as well move my camera now. Look at that. Just a little tiny bit up there. And up there. Of course, we got that big gable there. And then as they build that tower and all that finishes into it, then there's a cricket's got to get built there. However tall and ridiculous and big you think this is, looking at it from YouTube, is twice as ridiculous and crazy. Of course, this is a little different perspective. I mean, usually the ceilings are in. You don't see as much of it, but wow.
This is looking at the master closet. So they're covering up that one beam there, and we're going to build this into a tray ceiling. That's what Jackie asked for, and we had the room to do it, so I said, okay, let's make it happen. So we're going to box out all the way around the edges, and that beam is about 18 inches from the wall. So that's on the left and on that end and the opposite end. They are coming out the same distance, and then they come in a little tighter on the other sides. So you can put the rest of those pieces in. We talked about trying to do this as a 1.5-story closet, but there were some obstacles to that. So we just stuck with the tray ceiling and rolled on. Now we've gone to outside. You see Raymond putting what we refer to as a witch's hat over top of the breakfast area. So now they're going to put the sheathing on. Have to build it up as they go. And that zip sheathing bends pretty well. I started looking at the little pieces that go on top. If anyone out there makes those custom out of copper, let me know. Wouldn't mind purchasing through a viewer. Now let's take a look from the inside. The zip sheathing is going on. You see how they came and had to install that a little differently than normal to get it to wrap. So they would come in, nail it on one side, wrap it as far as they could, and then cut it and rinse and repeat. It's kind of relaxing watching the sun disappear. If you've been watching the videos a long time, then when we first started the basement, I got a shot from inside looking out at basically this same area, and had the moon in the shot, and I commented, I'll never be able to get this shot again once the house is built. And here it is, kind of tying in together.
See, Jose's back. Core drilling our holes for plumbing. We've got to build some columns that go from the steel beam up and help support the weight of the roof. Cleaned up here. Then they've cut some more stuff up. My tower. That's nice.
Oh yeah, here comes the drone shots. That's the finished, well, finished for now. Kind of see how the different pieces have to, kind of like a puzzle pieces, have to patchwork in together to make that curve. He's trimming a little bit of it now. It's funny, they use a skill saw like I use a jigsaw. It's crazy. And we had to go ahead and do where it ties back into the roof with zip as well, so it would be the same thickness. There you go. Almost complete. I still have to fly the drone now to show the finish shot, but the roofers are here, so I'm waiting on lunchtime to do that so I don't startle any of them. Yeah, I flew the drone to kind of show where things were at this point. Crazy. As I was doing my voice recording, I had to stop earlier because the tax assessor came up. And yeah, at least he was honest with me. He said, well, he said on these big houses, it probably will be assessed for less than you have in it. But don't get me wrong, you still won't be happy. I'm like, hey, I respect that you realize that.
I'm up here. If I sound out of breath, I just climbed up. I gotta get back with the program. I lost some weight, but I gained it back. Big shock. I stress eat, which is not good. But anyway, look at that. That is a ring, and I shot some video on my phone, so I might have put out a short that kind of shows the start of this. And I said behind me was done, and that's what was behind me at the time. They're coming across here now, so they're going to build the gable, so it'll be just like that end. There's a gable sticks above the roof line, so it'll be gable there, build the tower, and then he's building a cricket which will come across here, and as water comes off of this, instead of, obviously it comes all the way down here, we'd have a problem. So it's gonna give a place for the water to shed, and you'll never see this back here, but that's kind of the current plan. So these can come out, and you see those two are where the land beams meet. Had some comments about doing one beam, and that is over 60 feet to go over to there. So we'll have support that comes up from the steel, so the weight, this part, weight of the roof gets transferred down through the steel, and the rest of it, of course, on the walls, which is what the plan was. Got plenty. This is for a little motorized attic lift that we'll do at some point. That's in the laundry/pet room, so bring up, we can put stuff in there. Tower will be right here and come in there. That's going to be the equipment room for all the AV. So I'm gonna pump AC into here. Back in my old days of doing automation, I did a project at Duke Hospital. Not many people know this, but if you're ever there, because I know people go there from all over the world, if you ever go there and go to the cardio cath labs and actually where I had my heart surgery and everything, there's a entire floor between floors that is nothing but wiring and all this kind of stuff. It's not, it's like going into a attic actually, but it's between floors, and they've got a room that they just pump AC into for all their equipment. You go in, it's like 35 degrees. I'm gonna do something similar. It won't need to be that cold, but
This will be cooled separately for all the AV equipment. I can run and hit down there, hit over there, hit over there. So it's a good spot. And then go down there and go through hit my office. That's what's in that area. That's over top of the office. So I can go down there and then take care of the theater. And nowadays there's not really anything you need to access unless there's a problem. So that'll be nice. It's too early to be tired.
Yeah.
I've got to get my little peak thing that goes up there. So if anybody makes those out there in YouTube world, I've seen a few places online, but if there's a craftsman that actually builds those, reach out to me. Yeah, this is over the back porch. See, the pool's about empty, the lower pool. Tile guys are back. We're gonna tile the lower pool. We were just gonna leave it painted, which actually wasn't bad. Pond's looking nice this morning. So that's the round area right here for the breakfast. See? And got a little bit of tightening up to do. A couple of spots. I'll talk to him about that. And now it's time to build the final tower. Months and months of planning and building and thinking about things and changing things and just getting people together to figure stuff out. It's all led to this final piece of the puzzle. So we're going to watch Raymond and the guys put this together. It rises up. We're using 2x6x16s coupled with the roof on top of it. So the tower's 16 plus the bottom plate and the top plate. And then, of course, the 12-12 roof. So it's, I think it ends up being roughly 28 feet, 26 feet, something like that. I tell you what, it comes together a lot faster than when I built it out of ICF. But I'm glad to have that learning experience, and the round areas turned out just phenomenal. It really makes the place. So I'm glad that I stuck with doing that and that Jackie taught me into it. She added there's basically 2 more than were on the project to begin with, or 3 than the initial design. So worked out really well. As you see, he built his round bottom plate pattern using the Advantech sheathing. He lays that out. I approved at the beginning of the video, well, not the beginning of the whole video, but the beginning of this time-lapse segment, I approved the size of it. So he took all the pieces downstairs, cut off another set of what he was going to need, and now they just put the pieces together. So he turns the 2x6 sideways on the pattern, and then I think he has to put them like every 8 inches to make the curve. See, the boom lift comes in, put on the top plate. And so a trick they do, or what they have to do, is they make all their marks on where everything's going on both pieces. So once it's up in the air, they're not measuring and figuring. I mean, they know exactly, hey, we're on which one they're on, and nail it in place. All right, so now we switch to the outside view. Had 2 time lapses going, and thought y'all would enjoy seeing it from both perspectives. It's just crazy watching this come together. Plus, you can see they're putting sheathing over top of the front door area. Hope you enjoy this part. Let's see what's next. Making progress. So ran the time lapse. Then I was out last night, didn't charge it, so I just set it back up. She missed the little top going on, I guess. But you can see it now. Trying to beat the rain today. I got a whole other stack of zip. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I don't think they got enough, but
Yeah, they'll have it. Could put a couple sheets in there. Then they can come across there with the rest of the roof, tie all that in, bam, bam, bam. And then on the back side, build what they need to there. That's what all those, 2x8x20s are for, stacked up right there. Man, take a look at inside. All right. A ceiling, like the beam boxed in. Going to cover that with something like cedar, something, maybe an alder, something we can stain. We'll see. Now you'll notice in here, there's that gap in there too. So what we're doing here is this will get a coffered ceiling. So that gives us some space to do all that.
Ok, también es lo mío, nada, yo te digo.
This is all done. I think I've already filmed this, but just in case, it gets down as well. Back in here and do cross beam. So this one, this ceiling pretty much stays this height. I'll have to come up with something for there when we trim. We'll have to put some dead wood along that same angle so we can sheetrock there. And then decide how our transition is going to be. Basically, as we come across with our 45s here, there's going to be that gap there. They'll just have to build and fold that around, and here we go. So that's going to be interesting. They're getting this. We got ceiling on this side. Just the back side. They're working on the tower. So once you walk in, so once you walk in, you got this. This gets coffered. Those, they'll come down some because that's no reason to put coffered ceiling in the closet and the laundry room. This gets the arch, come through here, and yeah, this is pretty much what you will see. There's no walls, no more walls going up. So everything here, this is big and open. There'll be a little bit of ceiling here to close that in, so obviously that won't go all the way up like that. Wow. Man, well, I think we get through next week and this will all be cleaned out. We can start our wiring. Plumbers are coming next week, wiring, and then HVAC. So all the mechanical stuff will be happening over the next 6 weeks. I had a pre-inspection yesterday just to see if there was anything stood out, and a couple of things, but they were things that we already were aware of and are on the punch list. So all that seemed good. Yeah, should be rolling along. In the foyer. A few nails in there. Ooh, a lot of punch list stuff. Anyone in the trade hates the punch, including me. It's awful, right? You can knock out so much stuff that takes so long. That's the key. The last 5-10% is that's what separates the professionals and the amateurs. Wow. This is what I've been talking about the whole time, about how much attic space there was going to be up here. Wow. So, future expansion. So we went ahead and built this. Something that a lot of people overlook is, you know, like over garages and bonus space, and then they'll have to come in and stiffen up the floor and everything. But this is already built for
a second floor. So this is ready. Go put sheathing down. We've got it out there. So this will actually be all sheathed and you can walk all across it and everything. So in the future, if we decide we want to do something up here, then we'll just have to frame the walls and put the ceiling in it or whatever we want to do. But for now, this is pretty much going to be it. We will put a wall somewhere for the kids' bonus area over here. I think right here is plenty. I finished the backside yesterday. Over to there anyway. Got to finish those 2 columns. There's one curve and then just straight over there because spiral staircase goes on the backside. But turned out pretty cool. Got to figure out what we're doing for our ceiling out here. The only thing I know I don't want to do is wood, because it just never lasts long term. I don't want to do anything vinyl, so I don't know. I've got to look at some options and figure that out. There you go. It's going to be beautiful. The scaffolding won't come down yet. They started yesterday. You can see they went up a little bit more with those columns. So they'll get up another, let's see, that's about that far down. Probably got another 3 feet to go. And then they'll build the same arch deal. I don't know if we're going to try and save some of this and just transfer it up there or what. But then there'll be another set of arches up there just like down here. Oh, that's another thing I'm ready to get done is brick. So we gotta do that and the walls inside. And I think we've got 5 cubes of brick left. So I figured I left off 5 to see what we need on the end, and I'm probably pretty close. The roof framing is complete. Raymond and crew are done and headed out. I determined the lumber pretty close. We got a little bit of zip left, which is fine. I'm gonna need it on other houses. There's a few pieces there. We ended up with 3 lamb beams, but I had lamb beams left over from another project, so kind of offset what I'd brought. That wood is for the ceilings of the master suite. That wood is for the ceiling of the great room. Has to finish up the other side. So really the only extra lumber. What?
Welcome to our crib. Right, Doka?
Where'd y'all come from? Thanks for watching this entire series. Tune in to the next video where we're going to find out if the boss likes how everything's turned out. We'll do a complete walkthrough with Mrs. Billy Good and Dog and show everything. And also upcoming is going to be videos on tiling the lower pool, some more videos on final little framing touch-ups inside, the roof covering going on, what we decided to do with that. That's already started, so we'll show you all that. Then we're going to start wiring the house, finishing the plumbing rough in, and talking more about all the automation gadgets that are going in here, lighting control, motorized shades, the cool theater we're doing, just lots and lots of great stuff. So look forward to seeing you in the next one.